Good morning, school friends. Today we're going to read the story Good Question, A Tale Told Backwards. It was written by Sue Whiting and Annie White and published by Walker Books. Let's have a look at the first page. What can you see on here? Oh, look. I wonder what that thing is going up into the clouds. And there's a boy climbing. Down here we have a house and there's a little pig. Over here we have a house and there's some bears. And look, there's a castle. I wonder what this story is going to be about. Good question. A tale told backwards. I wonder why there's a fox in this story. Psst. Hey you, kid. Hey you. Yes, you. Is it safe down there? What? I know. I'm in a tree. That's kind of obvious, isn't it? Why am I in a tree? Now that's a good question. I'll tell you why. Wonder why that fox is in the tree. I'm hiding, you see, from that bully. Have you seen him? Thinks because he's a giant, he can throw his weight around. Says I have no place in his story. That the best place for me is in a pot. Imagine me in a pot. Fox stew. The cheek. Why does he want me in a pot? Good question. Revenge. That's why. So what if he found me with his silly old goose? Red-handed, I admit. But what use is it to him? It's just feathers and bone, a mere mouthful for a giant, but a feast for a fox, especially a hungry one like me. What? Why did I have his goose? Oh, look, there's the fox. And there's the goose. And someone's big hands are trying to grab that goose off him. Not my fault. It was Jack, the rascal. There I was climbing a beanstalk, totally massive. Oh. Anyhow, Jack was climbing it too, and flung that goose right at me. I mean, what's a fox meant to do? I was hungry, famished actually, and here was a goose to chew. See a goose? The beanstalk? Why was I climbing it? Wow, you're really nosy, aren't you? I was escaping, that's why. Didn't I say? Oh, look who he's escaping from. From that wily old fox. Do you know him? He's everywhere. Boy, did he get his tail in a twist. He was snarling and snapping and carrying on a tree, telling me there's no room for foxes in his story. So I was like, see ya, Wolfie, I'm out of here. What was that? Speak up, kid. Why was a wolf carrying on a tree? Thought you'd never ask. I wonder why he was carrying on a tree. I wonder what that little piggy there has got to do with the story. He was angry, fuming actually, raging like a volcano. You see, I was in his twiggy shack, minding my own business like, when what did I find there? A juicy pink piglet. Now, how was I to know he was meant to be the wolf's dinner? Truly, why was I in the pig shack to begin with? You're full of questions. Anyone tell you that? I wonder why it was in the pig shack. Oh look, shack's made of sticks. I wonder what story that reminds you of. Truth is, I was scared. Wouldn't you be? There I was, lost in the woods alone, with a hollow, hungry belly. And guess what I smelt? Only delicious oats with porridge and a good splash of honey. But none for me, oh no. I just got roared at and sent packing, and told that there was no porridge for foxes in this story. Why was I lost in the woods? Good question. You're a smart kid. Wonder why he was lost in that forest. I was magic there. Yes, indeedy, it's true. You got to believe me. By a fairy godmother. Oh my, she was a sight. Whiskery chin and spidery hair. And what a temper! Apparently, foxes aren't welcome at the banquet at the prince's grand ball. Why was I at the grand ball? Thought you might ask that. It was the field mice, a tasty mob of them. I crept up to take a look when, hey presto, 1 minute they're mice, the next they're horses. Grand carriage horses, galloping off into the night and whisking me off to the wrong stories. All because I was a wee bit hungry. Can you see there? Can you see a pumpkin carriage? Can you see the horses? I wonder what story that reminds you of. So that's why I'm up here in this tree. I'm still hungry. Hold on. What's this? Is my light changing? No more questions, kid. This is my story and it's dinner time. I wonder who he spotted. The sky is falling. We must tell the king. I wonder what story that one's from. And this book was written for Donna and for Lockie. And there it is. There's the fox. And there's a hen and 2 goose. I wonder what story that's from. So, boys and girls, your job now, let's move this a bit, is to go through and have a think about all the different story fairy tales that you noticed in that story. What story did the giant come from? Maybe there's a clue on the next page. There's a golden goose. And a beanstalk with a book called Jack climbing it. I wonder what story that one is. We've got a wolf next. And a pig escaping a wooden shack. I wonder what story that one is. Those bears don't look happy. They've got their porridge. They're chasing the fox away. I wonder what story that one's from. And a fairy godmother and a ball. With some horses and a pumpkin carriage. I think you know that story already. And the last one with a hen and some goose. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I enjoyed reading it to you.